You're watching DX Recaps, the place where we break down movies fast, clear, and spoiler-packed. Whether you missed it, forgot it, or just want a quick refresh, we've got you covered. Let's get into the story. In Seoul, South Korea, a young woman named Shin-Ru Mi runs a very popular fried chicken restaurant. Even though she's young, she's already successful. She didn't go to college because she wanted to work and help her mother, who raised her alone after her father left them when she was a child. One day, Ru Mi and other small shop owners in the area face a big problem. A construction company called Tae-san, which is secretly controlled by gangsters, buys their land. They plan to destroy all the buildings and build a big shopping mall for tourists, without paying any compensation to the local shop owners. One night, Ru Mi is suddenly woken up when a group of hired thugs breaks into the neighborhood. They drag her out of her restaurant by force. Her mother arrives soon after and tries to help. When the men refuse to move, she drives her van toward them to scare them away. But her plan fails. The thugs regroup, pull her out of the van, and throw her to the ground. Her head hits the edge of the sidewalk, and she loses consciousness instantly. When the neighbors rush to help, the thugs quickly leave. Ru Mi cries as she watches her injured mother being taken to the hospital. Sadly, her mother dies during surgery. At that same moment, a meteor crashes into the mountains nearby, and the energy from it infuses the local spring water with something mysterious. The next morning, Ru Mi's father, Shin So-kyun, visits that mountain area. He drinks the spring water, saying it tastes strange. So-kyun works as a security guard at a bank. At work, he chats with the cleaning lady and jokes about stealing small things like coffee packets and toilet paper from the office. He even shares one with her and blames his upset stomach on the bad-tasting water. After his shift, his coworker scolds him for always being late, but So-kyun doesn't care. He notices the cleaning lady being yelled at for stealing coffee packets and thinks she was stupid for taking too many. Later, he eats at a small market when suddenly, his stomach hurts badly. As the pain gets worse, objects around him start to move on their own. Tables and chairs slide away from him as if pushed by an invisible force. The pain disappears, but the shop owner kicks him out for making a mess. When So-kyun returns to his small, dirty apartment, he lies down and lights a cigarette. But when he reaches for the lighter, it flies straight into his hand, shocking him. Before he can think about it, his phone rings. It's a call from Ru Mi, telling him that her mother has died. He puts on an old suit and goes to the funeral, where he passes by Ru Mi but doesn't recognize her at first. It's been years since they last met. Their reunion is cold and awkward. Suddenly, President Min, the man who runs Tae-san, shows up with his gang. Ru Mi gets angry and tells him to leave, saying they'll meet in court. Min pretends to be innocent, claiming her mother's death was just a car accident. Before the situation turns violent, Ru Mi's lawyer, Kim Young-yeon, steps in and tells Min to let the court decide. Min tries to offer condolence money, but Ru Mi refuses it. After Min leaves, Young-yeon introduces himself to So-kyun and shows him the ruined neighborhood. So-kyun feels sad when he sees Ru Mi's restaurant destroyed, but instead of helping, he just accuses Young-yeon of helping Ru Mi only to impress her. On his way home, So-kyun remembers Ru Mi's cold stare and angrily waves his hand, and suddenly, a pile of trash moves away by itself. Realizing what just happened, he rushes home and tests it. Soon, he's moving all the objects in his apartment with telekinesis. Later, he visits his coworker and asks if magicians make good money. The man tells him about a nightclub where performers earn a lot, sometimes $1 million a night. Meanwhile, Ru Mi buries her mother and returns to the ruined neighborhood with her friends and So-kyun. The shop owners are hiding inside the damaged mall while the thugs stay outside, breaking windows and spreading graffiti. Young-yeon asks everyone to stay patient while he talks to the prosecutor, but most people believe the law is already bought by the construction company. Some neighbors, like Mr. Kim and his wife, suggest fighting back, even using Molotov cocktails if needed. Young-yeon disagrees, saying violence will only hurt their image. So-kyun interrupts, saying it's too dangerous and that they should give up, find new jobs, and let him help Ru Mi go to college. His words anger everyone, so Ru Mi throws him out. That night, So-kyun goes to the nightclub and shows his powers to the owner, who immediately hires him as a performer. The next day, Ru Mi and Young-yeon meet with the prosecutor's boss. But the autopsy report doesn't prove anything. The only other proof was a car camera recording, but the owner sold out to Tae-san. After lunch, Young-yeon insists on helping Ru Mi retrieve her van. When they return, So-kyun is waiting for her. She ignores him, but he follows her to talk privately. He tells her to move in with him and go to college, claiming he now has money. To prove it, he uses his powers to make a tie and several objects float. Ru-Mi doesn't believe him. She thinks they're just tricks. Angry, she calls him irresponsible and says he's running away again, just like when she was 10. So-Hyun tries to explain that he left to protect her and her mother from his father's debts. But Ru-Mi doesn't believe him. Crying, she tells him it's disgusting that he's pretending to be a father now and walks away. As she leaves, So-Hyun notices Min and his men preparing to attack the neighborhood, so he secretly follows them. At the arcade, the shop owners notice the thugs coming. Mr. Kim and his wife go to get the police while others block the entrances. The gang breaks in and attacks everyone while Min's assistant records the scene. Just as things get violent, So-Hyun arrives and uses his telekinetic powers to push the thugs away. He throws objects, lifts them into the air, and protects the civilians. The thugs panic and ignore Min's orders. Only one man dares to attack, and So-Hyun lifts him into the air in front of everyone. Then, Mr. Kim returns with the police, and both sides are taken to the police station. At the station, everyone argues and blames each other. The officer watches the recorded video. It shows So-Hyun using his powers, but the police think it's just a performance. Since there's no real evidence, everyone is released. The shop owners look sad when they leave the police station. But once they're far enough away, they start laughing and celebrating. They've finally won a small battle against Min and his gang. Everyone feels hopeful now that So-Hyun is on their side, though Ru-Mi doesn't look too happy about having her father around all the time. Later that night, the thugs camping outside the neighborhood see trash floating in the air. Then, even their own car starts floating. Terrified, they run away. It's So-Hyun, using his telekinetic powers to build a strong barricade around the market to protect the local shops. When Young-Yun asks how he got these powers, So-Hyun says he believes his ex-wife gave them to him, so he could become a better father. Young-Yun later tells Ru-Mi that her father didn't oppose the protests because he was against her. He just didn't want her to get hurt. He also explains the reason her father gave her the name, Ru-Mi, which means lowly or weak. It wasn't an insult. It was based on an old tradition that says ghosts only take children with noble-sounding names. Meanwhile, the thugs return to Min and tell him they want to quit because they're scared. But Min ignores them. He just got a call from his boss, Director Hong, the company owner, who's angry about the lack of progress. The next day, Ru-Mi gives an interview to a local TV channel, hoping to get public support. Afterward, she reluctantly agrees to have lunch with her father. During lunch, she tells him to see a doctor because his powers might hurt his body, but he assures her he's fine. At the same time, Min and his assistant are having lunch with Director Hong. She's a woman who can switch from friendly and smiling to crazy and violent in seconds. After chatting about food, she calls in her own thugs and orders them to beat Min while she records a video pretending she doesn't know them, a trick suggested by her lawyers to avoid getting sued later. When they start talking business, Hong says she already knows about So-Hyun because she saw the video of him using his powers. Min promises they could easily evict the shop owners if it weren't for him. Hong laughs and says it's a simple problem that she'll handle herself. Later that evening, the news airs a video of So-Hyun using his powers, and a fake expert claims he's using secret weapons from North Korea. 2 days later, 2 policemen arrive at the barricade to arrest So-Hyun. His employers from the bank have accused him of theft. Believing it's a misunderstanding, So-Hyun calmly goes with them, but once at the station, they handcuff and detain him. Ru-Mi calls Young-Yun for help, and he promises to come right away. But then he receives another call, this time from the prosecutor, with terrible news. A TAE-san employee has confessed to killing Ru-Mi's mother. This is all part of Hong's plan. She paid one of her desperate workers to confess to quickly close the case. Then she orders Min to shut down his company, reopen under a new name, and prepare a legal demolition contract for the shops. Hong also uses her political connections to get support from the police. With So-Hyun out of the way, Min and his thugs arrive at the market again, this time with a large group of police officers. Young-Yun calls Ru-Mi and tells her everything, begging her to run away. But Ru-Mi hangs up, saying she'll stay and fight till the end. Meanwhile, Hong visits So-Hyun at the station and makes him an offer: work for her company, or she'll release a statement labeling him as a dangerous criminal. She even jokes about a third option, him somehow winning the fight, but says that's impossible. Hong leaves him her business card and walks away. Outside, the police begin advancing on the barricade. surrounded by reporters filming everything. Rue Mi and her friends defend themselves with Molotov cocktails, but they're forced to retreat when the police bring in an excavator to destroy the barricade. While escaping, Rue Mi falls and notices Mr. Kim trapped under debris. She helps him just as the barricade explodes, throwing them both back. Luckily, other shop owners find them and help them to safety. Soon, the police break into the market area and surround all exits. Young Yun struggles to reach them, so he calls Rue Mi, who's inside the arcade trying to keep the door closed. He tells her to escape to the roof before they're all arrested. The whole event is being broadcast live on TV, so Hyun sees it from the station. When the cops notice him watching, they turn off the TV. Furious, Hyun uses his powers to grab a phone from one officer and see what's happening. Determined not to fail his daughter again, he breaks his handcuffs, blows open the cell door, and escapes through a window with an explosion. He lands right in front of Director Hong and immediately destroys her car before flying away. As he flies over the city using his telekinesis, he crashes into a building and falls to the ground. He sees a big screen showing the riots and remembers why he's fighting. After taking a deep breath, he leaps into the air again, flying back toward the battle. Back in the neighborhood, Rue Mi and most of the shop owners make it to the roof, except Mr. Kim, who is hanging from the stair railing. The police use water cannons on him, and he starts slipping, but Hyun arrives just in time and catches him in midair. He sets Mr. Kim down safely on another rooftop before flying back. On his way, he crashes into a portable building on a crane that police are using to reach the roof. He bounces off it and ends up inside, surrounded by officers who attack him with a fire extinguisher. They all jump on him, but Hyun uses his powers to push them away easily. He breaks the windows with furniture and flies out again. Meanwhile, Young Yun reaches the roof of a nearby building and places a metal staircase between the two rooftops so the others can cross over. Unfortunately, Rue Mi is caught by police inside the suspended box. More officers climb up the normal stairs and start attacking the shop owners again. Hyun returns and throws all the cops away with his powers, helping Young Yun get everyone across safely. Then he uses his powers to push the last few neighbors to the other roof before searching for his daughter. The crane's box becomes unstable, but Min yells at the officers to stay and finish the arrests. Suddenly, the crane hits a building, breaking one of the ropes holding the box. An officer falls halfway out and barely holds onto the open door. Rue Mi tries to help him, and soon other officers join in. Just then, Hyun arrives and uses his powers to pull the box safely to the roof. When it lands, the shaking makes Rue Mi fall, but Hyun dives after her and rescues her midair. He apologizes to her for everything, then leaves her with Young Yun and asks him to take care of her before flying off to confront Min. He punches Min and tells him, "We've already won." Then he peacefully surrenders to the police and is arrested. 4 years later, Hyun is released from prison. Young Yun picks him up and happily tells him he's now engaged to Rue Mi. As they drive past the old restaurant, the area is empty. Tae Sen's project failed, and construction never finished. That night, they arrive at a new restaurant, where all their old friends are having dinner. Everyone is overjoyed to see Hyun again. Rue Mi is there too, and he learns that this is her new restaurant. Smiling, she asks him to help serve drinks, and he happily uses his powers to move the beer mugs through the air. He notices the new name of her restaurant, Superpower Chicken. And that's a wrap on today's recap. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a plot twist. Got a movie you want recapped? Drop it in the comments below. This is DX Recaps. See you in the next one.